Sir,เข้ามา he saw it there.
Are we up and running?
ใช่ yes
Where was the attack?
เราสู้กันที่ไหน
20 kilometer con lốp Loan Nanta Klai Pama
20 kilometers from หลวงน้ำตา near Burma
How many injured? How many killed?
เขาเจ็บกันกี่คนตาย
คนไม่ได้เจ็บคนตายหมดเลย
all of them
What? Injured or killed?
เขาตายกันหมดเหรอ
คนตายหมดเลยมันเป็นอาวุธมาคอมมิวนิสต์จาก
It
ท้อง
was
ฟ้า
a Soviet weapon from
มัน
the
ฝนตก
sky
เจ้
like rain
Shit. Get the ammo. Quarantine this hut. Find out who else has been exposed.
Sir
ผมยังตัวคนดี
come back
ผมเป็นคนดี
What's he saying?
ขอโทษ
Did not do anything
What?
ขอโท
wrong
ษไม่ได้ทำอะไร
Sorry come back มา
มีหลักฐาน
he has to prove to you มา he has to
What is it?
Come
What is that?
We now have physical evidence from Southeast Asia, which has been found to contain abnormally high levels of three potent mycotoxin.
Secretary of State Haig raised new charges today that deadly chemicals have been used in Southeast Asia and Afghanistan, killing 10,000 people.
It is absolutely clear that the smoking gun fingerprint belongs to the Soviet Union.
And the U.S. is sending its evidence to the United Nations demanding action.
We negotiated a biological weapons convention, but deadly yellow rain and other toxic agents fall on Hmong villages and Afghan encampments.
Officials here say they are testing more samples, and they will soon produce more evidence to back up their contentions. The State Department's case is based on parts of one plant smuggled from somewhere along the border of Thailand and Kampuchea.
Blood samples taken from Lao and Khmer victims adds to the accumulated evidence that the Russians are still using chemical warfare in Southeast Asia and Afghanistan. The Pentagon admits that the Russians are far ahead of the U.S. in chemical warfare. Some people think a better inducement would be for the United States to resume production of its chemical weapons.
Dr. Messelson, I need more time to write the NSF grant.
Without that grant, there is no lab, Julie. I need this to be your top priority.
But I have to fill in for James on Thursday.
The most important part of research happens behind the desk. I'll try and find someone to fill in.
Thank you.
FBI or CIA?
We're about to go to war.
So, what can I do for the CIA this time?
Reports just came in across the wire. Refugees in Southeast Asia claiming a chemical attack. We think it's the Soviets.
What type of weapon is it?
It's known locally as yellow rain.
T2. Submitted my report, but still your PR campaign marches on.
Documents we've acquired show that the Soviets have been interested in the mycotoxin since the 1940s.
Did you even read my report?
The government disagrees with you.
Well, the government is wrong.
I'm inclined to agree. Hmong refugees in Thailand brought this in. It tested positive for T2 on the bark and in their blood work. It'll be proof enough for Congress.
The evidence is in my report. If they need a lesson in biology, they can enroll in my class.
I appreciate how slight the difference may appear to the untrained eye, but I can say with absolute
You don't understand. Not a good time to change their minds. Congress is shaking in their loafers, worrying about re-election. They cannot look soft.
Why does that matter? The weapon you've described is preposterous.
Preposterous. Preposterous is letting the Soviets supply our enemies with weapons. Preposterous is letting savages kill innocents on my watch, Mr. Messelson.
The toxin presence is coincidental.
Weapons are never a coincidence. Eyewitness accounts from Laos detail Heinz using yellow rain. Explain that.
Once people thought lightning came from a god's hand.
We cannot appear soft.
He's here to help us, Mr. Haig.
Messelson, your conclusions had me worried. I thought I'd have to trot out the dog and pony show, but this, this is a donkey show.
So you're going to drag us to war with what's convenient?
We have testimony. We have blood work. We have peer-reviewed research. We have truth.
Dr. Messelson! Messelson, wait.
This is not the first time the government's gone down this path. It's so predictable, it's nauseating. But you know what I can't predict? Is why a man would seek my help just to abandon me when I needed his.
I'm in over my head here. This situation could trigger another arms race. And everything you've done in the name of chemical disarmament would be wiped clean.
I've done everything I can.
Decades of work gone. But it's not a weapon. It could be something we overlooked. What if we're wrong?
It doesn't matter if we're right or wrong. Either way, the US and the Soviets will start a chemical arms race and kill more people. There they go.
Wait a minute, Tom. We need to do something.
They spelled it out.
Yeah, I know. They need proof. But we don't have time to petition for funding. And even if we did, the government has a boatload of evidence.
Well, wait, you said proof, not evidence. Proof is for mathematics and alcohol. But evidence... I know just the place. I have a friend who can help us in Thailand.
Thailand?
Yes.
No, it's too dangerous.
Well, I am confident the US government will see the error of its ways. Now, if you excuse me. Thailand's pretty dry this time of year. Unless you want to enjoy a muggy Boston summer. Good girl, Betty.
Can you please be more careful, Pongtep? It's hard enough wrestling this bear without potholes.
You gotta roll with it out here. What are you wasting time with these government reports anyway?
It appears the Soviets were indeed researching a way to weaponize mycotoxins.
We'll be at our field soon.
Not that soon.
What the hell?
Youth! Youth!
guess we gotta find another field. They're really going at it.
I think I might have finally found something. The labs, the processes are all
Come on,
off.
he's on punked up though. The guy's got a nose of a bloodhound.
Government shoddy methods may have contaminated the... Tom? Hey, Tom!
He says it's right down the road, but I know a shortcut. Oh. Want to give me a hand with this?
Yeah.
The good news is, our friends have been busy.
That is great news. Insurgents? Who's been busy?
Can we think we can get more up there?
Yes.
Aha! You're a natural.
I'd rather be reading.
Well, somehow all that reading still brought you out here.
What's next?
Check back.
Is this really the most sound method?
I told you I knew which way to go.
So this is the proof we came for.
You still don't get it, do you?
We pushed our luck and came out ahead. Let's take these samples back and compare.
You think they like it?
We got proof.
Didn't you notice a trend in those reports?
What are they gonna say? This is hard fact.
Sometimes people can see the truth before their eyes. Other times they need a good push. One more place. You say they have a boatload of evidence? We'll bring in the Titanic.
The Titanic sank, Tom.
I think it's over there. Go forward. Yep. Yep, this is it. Stop. Stop right here.
More fun than reading, eh?
I think we have different definitions of fun.
Oh, with Tom? He's different. You know, he came here for the honeymoon? For research.
Where'd he leave his wife?
She went with him.
Oh. If he weren't so brilliant, I'd think he was insane.
He can't be insane and brilliant?
You might want to take cover!
You got it.
You see?
You got it, Tom.
I told you.
You're right. You're right.
What's all this?
The Titanic.
I am well aware of that.
It's B shit.
Something's come up. We trade in bullshit in this town, not B shit.
Your chemical weapon, it's bee shit. What the locals saw was the bees' post-hibernation cleansing flight. They go out all at once and defecate. There's pollen in the samples. I'll let you guess what it looks suspiciously like.
So, our boys believe the Soviets harvested the pollen. An additional dispersant.
Sir, I'm sorry.
But it's identical to the refugee samples, which means that the Soviets didn't change it. Now your hypothesis states that they're dropping pre-digested pollen on people.
But refugees' blood work showed the presence of the mycotoxins.
They could have ingested mycotoxins from contaminated food. You were so sure it was a weapon, you didn't follow protocol.
But that doesn't explain witness testimony.
You led them. For Christ's sake, your first question was, where was the attack?
It's a refugee questionnaire. You have to assume there was an attack. Dr. Messelson, seems you've got a lot of good evidence. But what I saw from our labs was good evidence too. Ultimately, we're all in the hands of idiots.
You said it yourself. Congress can't look soft. Well, what about stupid?
I beg your pardon.
Go on, Doctor.
What are you really accusing the Soviets of? Are they so malicious that they're dropping bee shit on people? If someone were to go forward with contrary information, how long do you think it would take before we're reading the headline, American lives lost over bee shit?
What would you have us do?